Hello everyone, welcome to Tuesday's Racing News, and we start of course on the Everest. We're just under 2 months away, 3 slots to go, which we'll get to in a moment, but 2 of them have already gone to the Anthony Freedman pair of Scholes and Santa Ana Lane. They both took part in trials this morning at Cranbourne. Scholes certainly warmed up late for new jockey and Everest jockey Tim Clark, who flew down to ride her this morning. She'll head towards the Ian McEwen at Moonee Valley on September 8. The stablemate Santa Ana Lane certainly bounced out from the barriers under jockey Ben Mellum, just shaded on the line. It aims towards the Heath at Caulfield on Saturday week over 1,100 metres. But both horses progressing well, Scholes and Santa Ana Lane. Now, 3 slots to fill, as we know, in the Everest. There's been a lot of discussion around Parata and Nature Strip. Nature Strip right now at the moment is $8 and been well back to win the Everest, but yet to get a slot. Part owner Rod Lyons telling me this morning they just want a good deal, a 50-50 deal with a slot owner. At this stage, they'll head towards the McEwen. Parata at $11, Tramway, and then maybe straight to Melbourne. Greg Hickman saying we might even bypass the Everest with the Sir Rupert Clarke and the Toorak. And you've seen the markets there for Scholes and Santa Ana Lane. Now to this Saturday at Rose Hill and the San Domenico with a rising group of 3-year-olds going into the race. Santos, can't wait to see this 3-year-old for Gabe Waterhouse and Adrian Bott. Adam Hieronymus takes over the ride with Tommy Berry out suspended. A quiet morning this morning. Had its strong gallop on Saturday, but is in really good shape for the weekend. Santos. Couple of other notes for the San Domenico. Ring-a-ding-ding, still weighing up whether they go to Melbourne or stay in Sydney. Decision tomorrow morning. Dio Dioro, they'd like a little bit of rain, wouldn't we all, by the time we get to the weekend. Galloped strongly this morning, and Neutrality for Peter and Paul Snowden has come out of its last trial in really good shape. They'd just like to harness some energy for the finish. He can bounce quick and get going. They just hope he relaxes on Saturday. Another horse contesting the San Domenico is the Chris Lees runner in Graph. It's only lightly raced like a few of these on Saturday. It had a short break after it was scratched in the barriers in the Sires in Brisbane, but it's really matured well. It won this race really strongly out wide. It's only had the 1 trial, but the trial with Jonker just over a week ago was very strong, and Chris Lees couldn't be happier with Graph going into the race. Final fields, barrier draws out tomorrow. We saw a barrier trial session yesterday in Sydney. There was one trial that everyone is talking about. Around the More Joyous family, won by More Sundays, ridden by Kieran McAvoy. It's trained by Lindsay Park. It was last around the bend, and it really does sprout wings, considering that Kieran McAvoy didn't put the horse under any pressure at all. He was very impressed. They're looking at a benchmark 75 race at Randwick on Saturday week over the 1300. The horse has only raced once, so that's why they're keen to head to a benchmark race rather than a group or listed race. Well, the first on Saturday for Chris Muntz. He'll be having his first Sydney runner since getting his trainer's licence back in 2015. The Grafton Cup winner, First Crush, will line up in the Premier's Cup over the 1900 metres. He's been freshened up. That was 40-odd days ago over 2,300 metres. Goes to the 1900. They'll secure a jockey during the day with that 54 kilos. Gee, there's plenty of news around. There's stuff on our social media right through the day. There'll be news snippets on jump outs for Hootson and Granny Red Shoes this morning. There's news on the W Oaks winning filly special alert for new trainer Andrew Noblet. That's all on our social media right through the day. In the meantime, though, that is today's Tuesday Racing News.